This is Matt for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by Eddie Hearn once again. We're here in Las Vegas. I think everyone wants to know, Frank Smith, hole-in-one, was it legit? I saw it this morning and couldn't believe it.
I feel really bad telling the true story, and he's had a go at me for telling the true story.
Tell it.
First shot, hit it in the shit. Second shot, off the tee, hole-in-one.
But par then?
Yes. But, like, I said to Frank, when you post about it, right, don't say hole-in-one. Say you hold your tee shot at the 8th. Fact, right? But the problem is it was for 3. So Canelo went, it was basically a long putt. You know what I mean? Yeah. That you hold. But, yeah.
Oh,
I was going to give it to him as a hole-in-one, but we asked Sal, who is obviously a mad golfer, and he went, no chance.
And your best friend, you're not going to say no to him.
Exactly. Whatever Sal says, I'm doing. So it's fine.
Well, he also said today that he would be open to that Alexander Usyk match. I think you said yesterday that he'd do it a pound over the cruiserweight limit. Is that something you see in his future? Obviously, he's got this fight. I know you've lined up Triple G for September, but further down the line, could you see him going to, heavyweight or cruiserweight and fighting Alexander Usyk?
I think that he just, he wants the biggest challenges that are out there, and I don't think he's looking at Usyk. And I also believe AJ is going to beat Usyk as well, so that would make everything completely irrelevant. But if he didn't, and Canelo maybe went up to cruiserweight or become undisputed at 175, I know he'd fight him, and I know he'd believe he's going to win, and that would be like, you have to remember, this guy's had 61 fights. He's 31 years old.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like, it's incredible, and you go through the champions that he's beaten, and someone said in the media huddle, what has he got to do to cement himself as the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, or one of the greatest fighters of all time? And I said, just retire, because that's the only way you get the recognition. You never get it when you're active. Legacy comes over time and history, and we should really embrace him and celebrate him now, because there's no one else like him in boxing. So he would have no problem fighting Alexander Usyk.
Let's come on to the viewing figures. DAZN, Katie Taylor, 1.5 million, viewership audience. How proud a moment was that for you? Because you've been campaigning for women's boxing for years now, when it was started from the bottom. How pleased were you to see them viewing figures and to finally get that recognition for all the work that's been done?
Amazing, and so important. That's, we know that DAZN don't issue viewing figures normally or numbers. We pushed them hard to do it, because I said, look, it's so significant in terms of what we've just done, and like, you can create an event like that and it can be a great fight, but if it doesn't work, if it doesn't rate, it's irrelevant. But it has worked, it has rated, so let's celebrate it. So they gave in, and they gave us a number. Obviously, the bulk of that number comes from the 2 key markets, which is USA and UK and Ireland, but also big viewership around the world, and it was an incredible success.
I've just seen today Sky Sports have put out that the WBC are requesting an update from Tyson Fury in relation to his retirement comments. A lot of speculation whether he'll do it or not, and I know he's said a lot of things in the past. What do you think is going to happen with that? Do you think he will relinquish his belt, or do you think he's going to wait and see the outcome of Joshua Usyk?
Not in a million years will he relinquish. But once again, he's already said he's retiring, 100%. So I'm sure next week he will vacate his WBC world title and let all these other great challengers get a shot at the title, because he's definitely not fighting again.
Eddie, and thanks for talking to Into Boxing. We'll catch up more tomorrow.